Hey, what's going on, everybody? Tim and I did an episode that we had a few technical issues going on in, but we still carried on with the show. Some things we're going to have to work on and tweak for the next episode. But I just wanted to let you all know that there was going to be some issues and stuff, but you can still follow the show and, we still had a good time. So I hope you all enjoy the show. Thanks for watching.
To the show. For those of you who are subscribers, you already know what the show is about. For those of you who are new, welcome. This is Half Jokes and Full Truth. I am your host, the Hitman, Mr. J. We wake up every day in the United Mess of America. But here on this channel, we laugh to keep from screaming. That's exactly what we do. We laugh to keep from screaming. Yeah. But the jokes are half and the truth is full. And as you can see, I've got my co-host with me. He's back again for another round. He didn't get enough the last time, so he thought he put his foot in it again. So yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Welcome
back. You gotta break it
What's
up
been
on
up
me.
with me? All right, hold on. Let me put this. I got my earbud in.
Yeah.
Try this.
Well, while he's fixing his equipment, we're gonna roll
You
right
good?
on into. Yeah, let me hear you.
Yeah. We good?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna roll right on into my Black history, which you all know. That's what I start with, and then we roll on with the rest of the show. So today we're gonna be talking about Robert F. Williams. Now, Robert Williams, he was NAACP leader, and he was down in Monroe County, North Carolina. And what this brother did was in the 1950s when they were having all of this mess going on. Well, we still got mess going on. So that's what I start off talking about is the United Mess of America. It hasn't changed. So, but what he would do is he would go out into communities in Monroe, North Carolina, and he would actually help arm the African Americans in those communities. And the reason they did that and had to do it is because of the Klan. That's right.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. And so this brother, that's real dangerous. Back then that was extremely dangerous. But that's what he did. And he was out helping African Americans defend themselves and not be a victim of the Klan. So let's give it up for Robert Williams. Definitely appreciate that, brother. You know,
Oh yeah.
It's small things like that that you know a lot of times we don't hear about because they won't talk about it. That's what they do. They're trying to erase our history. So it's our job, myself and other podcasters, to come on and talk about it as African American. There are podcasters who have a channel dedicated solely to Black history. And so give it up for those brothers.
Yeah.
Because it's not
Yeah.
just men that are doing it. Go ahead.
I definitely agree with you, man. You got a lot of people out there that has done a lot of small things that added up to be bigger pieces of the puzzle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I really do appreciate the people who come before us, and our kids need to know this, because if you don't know history, you're bound to repeat it.
Yeah. And we know history, and it looks like we're repeating that mess anyway.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
do you have anything else on that?
Man, I just I want to reiterate what you said, how dangerous that was at the time, especially during Jim Crow. The Jim Crow era, we weren't supposed to have that type of stuff. So, he risked his life to save others. And you've got so many people out here right now today, they do not want to risk their life for anybody but their own.
Yep, that is true. That's true.
It's sad.
Unfortunately, we live in a society at this point in time where everybody, well, I'm not going to say everybody, but so many people are about self, and that's what they care
Yes,
about.
absolutely.
But
That's a good
with
point,
that
man.
being said, yeah. Well, with that being said, after the Black History, we got to take a break, and we take a break to pay bills. And how do we pay bills? we
Put
put
them
them
back in the
back in the
mailbox.
mailbox. That's how we pay our bills. Okay, I've been to the mailbox, and we're all good. So we're back. Um, this week, some strange things have happened on the Hill. Um, DT, he's uh, how do you nominate somebody and then block the person you nominated? How do you end up doing that? That is the dude. That's dementia at the highest level. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I mean, yeah.
I,
But
I don't
go
understand
ahead.
that at all.
If you think about that, that's dumb as hell. Why did you
It is.
nominate
It
him if
is.
you're just gonna block him? But hey, nothing surprises me with this administration. Nothing.
No.
Not a daggone thing surprises me. So, um, another thing, we got farmers and their issues and stuff. Well,
Yeah.
this is what you voted for. So I mean, it's kind of hard to be mad when you voted for it. Unlike European farmers, a lot of black farmers, African American farmers, don't have the same issues. One reason being they've never been able to get the subsidies that European farmers have been able to get. At one time, they had to sue to even get a little bit. And so
Yeah.
the struggle they've always had. So I mean, so that you're going through. Your chickens are coming home to roost, as Malcolm once said.
Yeah. Look, so let me be an advocate for them for just a second.
Go ahead.
So they voted for this man under a promise that he was not going to be politics as usual. The first 4 years, the economy, it did look good, and part of that was the Obama administration's policies that rolled over into the Trump administration. All right. Everything was looking pretty decent until the pandemic happened, and that was his excuse. He had a pandemic to deal with.
Tim, you're
They
breaking up
decided to give him
bad.
a second chance.
Okay.
You want to edit this out?
Nah, we're gonna keep rolling.
There you
All right. We're real, so we're gonna keep going with what we got. I mean, for the most part, I knew what you were talking about and where you were going. So
Yeah.
I mean, anybody that's smart enough can figure it out. If you're not smart enough to figure it out, then okay, I don't know what to tell you.
How's that, brother? All right, let me get closer to the
your
router.
video is sticking, but it's your audio that's the real issue.
Okay.
Because even with your
Let me
video
close some stuff in the background.
you do that, my brother. So, but yeah, these farmers and stuff, all of this is a mess. And I was just at Kroger today, and they still got those nasty molded green peppers on the shelf. So those green peppers have been on the shelf for a week now. So,
Oh wow.
yeah. But when you got farmers who are going through what they're going through, at this point they don't care a lot. Then you got rid of all the people who picked that stuff.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah. Yeah, you say I'm better now, brother.
Okay. Good. Good. So basically, all I was saying was, is they were lied to. In a nutshell,
Yeah,
they were lied to. They believed the lie, and now they're paying the price for that.
yeah, yeah. Which I mean, the whole country believed the lie.
Yeah,
Well,
that
now
is true.
70 million people believe the lie.
Right.
But you know,
Yeah. 70 million. Wow.
yeah, yeah. And you look at it like, you know, one of the things that I hate about the whole situation that we got going on in the country right now is the fact that, you know, when you had the big thing about the Latinos for Trump, and, you know, everybody, yeah, everybody that comes to this country benefits from the murder, the beatings, and everything that black folks have went through. You benefited from it, because if black folks hadn't went through that, you wouldn't be here. Would
Right.
not be here. And so when you see things like that, it kind of pisses you off. And then when people start getting deported, now it's, where are the black folks? We got you here. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't be here. So, don't start crying now. So, but anyway, yeah, I had to stick
Yeah.
that in there real quick. You know, a little jab.
Hey, I can't argue that, man. I mean, we helped shape this country, and we're not getting the recognition that I feel that we deserve.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. You know, I don't know. You know, a lot of people really take us for granted because so many people dislike African Americans just because of things that they're told when they get to this country, things that
Yeah.
they've been told in their country, they've seen on TV and stuff like that, man. We are always shown in a negative light, and that's why on my show I always have the hero of the week, because
Right.
yeah, we gotta shine lights on things like that that other people don't get to see. So even if I only got 15 subscribers, if I got 15,000, if I had 15
Right.
million, I'd still be doing the same thing. I'd still be doing it.
But it's all about your environment, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So when me and you took that ride to my neighborhood where I grew up,
Yeah,
and I showed you all the different um, properties that my family owned. I mean, that whole hillside was owned at one time by my family or people who were
yeah,
associated with my family. And me growing up, I thought everybody had that luxury. I found out that is not this, that's not the case. You know, you have to get out into the world.
Oh yeah,
And there's a lot of
yeah,
folks that don't get out into the world, bro. They want to stay in their little bubble and type on their keyboard or hide behind this camera. and give their opinion about stuff they don't know nothing about.
Yeah, yeah. Because when you took me around, I expressed my shock. I mean,
Yes.
in my family, my grandmother had 9 children, and out of her 9 children, I only knew of one that owned his own home. Only knew of one. In the city, everybody was renting. No, nobody owned houses. Not in my family, you know. So
Right.
yeah, that was a shock to me, and to not only own a home, a little bit of land. I'm like, what?
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah, that was definitely a
Yeah.
shock to me.
Well, me and you talked about this earlier, and I ain't gonna dip too far into it, but we we own properties. We've owned farms. We've owned
Yeah,
businesses. We've contributed
yeah,
to society. There has been a lot more black folks that has never went to jail than the ones who have been in jail.
oh yeah.
And
To
then you
say I
got
haven't
some
went
who
to
are in
jail.
jail right now are falsely accused.
A lot, a lot, not just some,
You
a
know,
lot.
a lot.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
a lot. Especially during the Jim Crow era.
Yeah.
The convict leasing program and all of that. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. You know,
Keep on dropping
I
knowledge,
mean it.
brother.
Yeah, I mean yeah, for sure. And then it did spill over into the '60s, the '70s. Okay, well you're a communist, jail. So that's what they did.
Yeah.
But uh, something else going on with the the G7 summit hasn't happened yet, and people are already protesting EM and his Teslas and they're burning up his stuff. I'm like, why are y'all burning these cars, buying them and burning them? Man, that's crazy. And I'm like,
Right. He's
God,
still gonna get the money from it.
right. So what are you doing? I mean, it's the same difference as when you see things like when Brett Favre left Green Bay, and they're burning up
Yeah.
all the jerseys and the hats. He's already paid, so you burning up
Right.
your stuff. This is not
Right.
his. So yeah, I don't know. So did you catch any of Michelle Obama's speech about Barack's presidential center that just opened up? And make sure you all, if you ever get a chance to go to Chicago, go up there and check it out. I plan on getting up there someday, but of course, I got bills to pay. So, but yeah, I definitely plan
Right.
on getting up
Right.
there. But did you see any of her speech?
I did. I did. It was a very emotional speech. I think everything she said was pretty much spot on. So
Yes, yes. No. At one point, I got teary eyed. I was like, "What?"
come on, come on. And I'm not going to sit here and say I agree with all of the man's policies because I did,
Yeah,
but he
for
did
sure.
do everything with class and professionalism that we are lacking
Yes,
right now.
yes, yes. And you know, he 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 didn't curse people out. He didn't
No,
talk down to you. If you were a
no,
reporter that reported on something that was negative with him, he didn't tell you you can't come back. We
right,
come see you next week. He didn't do things like that. He didn't schedule interviews and get pissed off and storm out. You hurt my feelings.
right.
Your feelings wouldn't be hurt if you wasn't doing the things that you do. But
Well,
I was just
your
wondering.
feelings get hurt because you can't back up what you claim.
Yeah, and
So,
also
when you
dad
get,
jokes
go
and
ahead.
full truths. half jokes
Come
and
on.
full truths. It's true. That's why. That is exactly
Yes.
why. So, but yeah, uh, there is a rumor going around. I'm not sure how much truth it is to it. But you know, anytime it comes to Barack, boy, he lives rent free in that man's head, but in MAGA's
Absolutely.
head too. And so now they're saying that he didn't pay workers who worked on
I heard
the
about that.
building and stuff. And understanding is really his the contractors didn't pay the workers. He paid the workers just as contractors did, or the contractors that hired the workers. So,
Uh,
but
I
you
think I
know,
lost you there, brother.
those are things we gotta deal with, and it's always gonna be like that. So, um, we're gonna move on, and one of
Yeah,
the
he froze up on me.
wildest headlines of the week is that, as you can see, I lost Tim, but he may come back. I don't know, but it looks like we lost
Oh,
him.
hold on
But
just a minute
you
here.
know,
Let's see what we can
when
do.
you're not in the house, in a studio or something, where all your internet and everything is all connected right there. You're moving around, you're on your phone, you're driving. It's gonna happen. So, but if he comes back, we'll get him back in here. But other than that, um, 6 people were killed in an airline collision. Well, it wasn't an airline; it was helicopters. Uh, Helicopters crashed and 6 people were killed in Rio de Janeiro. So we definitely would like to send our condolences out to those who lost loved ones in that accident. It's tragic, and so yeah, we hate to hear about anybody dying. Um, but you know what? I'll tell you what. We'll take a break, and I'll try to see if I can find Tim, see where he went to, because I'm sure he wants some input on some of this other stuff we got going on. So you all, I'm gonna take a break, and I'll be right back. Come back with me. Hey everybody, welcome back. I found him. I did.
I'm
I
back.
did. Big Balin Whalen. I found him, but uh, he's having so many issues that we're just going to do audio. So yeah, uh, we have a celebration coming up in this country. 250 years since this country has had its independence. So yeah, give it up for that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. Now, one thing that I won't be giving it up for is that I don't celebrate it. I don't celebrate it. I don't go out and get fireworks and buy all of that, and I take my day off,
Dig.
but I don't really, and I might even barbecue, but I don't celebrate it because we still don't have our independence. This country may have its independence. African Americans still don't have their independence, and what we did have, they've repealed. So, yeah, uh, I don't celebrate.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of different things that I don't celebrate. But one of the things that you should know about this country is it's enjoyed its independence for 250 years, and for 90% of that 250 years, this country has been at war. Yep, that's right. It has been at war. Only
Wow.
15. Oh wow. To only 15 to 20 years where this country has not been in some kind of war or conflict, and only once has it been 5 years straight. It's never been 5 years straight either.
I did not know that.
So I did not know that. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That tells you a lot about this country, more than you know. This country is constantly in everyone's business, constantly trying to police the world. If you do something I do not like, I'm gonna come and fight you. Or I'm
Oh,
gonna do a regime change. I'm gonna send the military in, special forces,
yeah.
and do all kinds of stuff. So yeah, 250 years, bruh, and it's only been 15 to 20, and the 15 to 20 is dependent on how you count some of the first wars, the years of them. You know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah, right, yeah. So one of my neighbors, he put up a 250th flag, and the missus was like, "What does that mean?" I was, I
Did
was
he
like,
really?
it yeah, she's thinking it's something bad. You know what I mean? And she's like, all of a sudden he's put this flag up. What is that? And I explained it to her that this is the 250th anniversary, and then she's like 1776. I say yeah, babe, it's 2026. I say yeah. Said,
Well,
oh
bless her
yeah,
heart.
okay, it makes sense. Ah yeah, but that's the missus. She just saw that flag and was like, what the oh. Because European Americans are quick to put a flag up about something, and so you definitely have to pay attention to what's going on around you. But yeah, other than that, man, I wanted to touch on that. But Tim, if you got anything that you might want to say about that, because I definitely had to bring that up, knowing that it's coming, it's in effect.
I mean, you got my brain working now, so I'm just kind of going over all the conflicts since I've been alive. I'm almost 50 years old. I mean, we've had the Cold War, we've had we've had all kinds of different conflicts, like you said. I mean, when you go back to the 80s when they were I can't really pronounce that country's name well without being offensive. Uh, but when we supported the guerrillas in that country for a regime
Oh,
change. Come on.
well, they did that with a couple of countries.
Yeah.
They
It
had
starts
the
with the end.
Contra.
Yeah, there you go. Contra. Contra. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, when they had the Contra conflict. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
better.
So
Yeah, I'll use
that's
that.
better, right? Yeah, I'll use that. Yeah, this is easy, simple. So, but yeah, that's what all of that was about.
Man.
And
Oh yeah, I mean
I
you got the
don't.
Gulf War, you got Vietnam, you got Korean War. We got all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff. So
right.
absolutely. Yeah, I didn't even
This
think about that, man.
yeah, this country has never truly seen peace ever. And like I said, that says a lot about this country itself. And it's not just one. This goes from DT to Obama
Yes.
to past them.
Yes.
So, I mean, they've all had their hands in the jar, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That goes back to my stance on things. I know people is not going to agree with me totally, but I I don't see a difference
I don't see a
in the
difference
parties.
in the parties.
I think
Yeah.
they support, or I'm not going to say support, but they play to their base. I mean, each party has had an opportunity. I mean, Trump has proven that if you sign a few executive orders, you can get some shit done.
Get done.
And I mean, they could have dead a lot of issues with a few executive orders, but they want to keep um, those issues going as a distraction, in my opinion.
Yeah. 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 Well, it's just like the the Epstein files. That should have been taken care of before he got into office.
Absolutely.
But it's a game that they all play. That's why, like I've said before, I wish we didn't have any political parties and you had to run on your own merit.
Same.
A lot of people wouldn't be president. A lot. So
Same.
And definitely voting for these old, rich, white European Americans. You know, one of the things that everybody in this country at some point knows that elderly people are set in their ways.
Yeah,
They're not
I'm learning
changing
that.
for anybody. Yeah, I'm learning that. So you vote for somebody 75, 80 years old, they're gonna do what they do when they do it, how they do it. But when you take where you got a couple 40-year-old presidents, look how that went.
Right.
10 times better.
Yeah.
10 times better.
Yeah.
But,
But we've only had that a few times in our history.
Yeah. Obviously, Obama and JFK.
Yes.
Those are two that I know for sure.
Yes.
But I mean, and look how that went. So anyway, yeah. America's a trip. But
say that again.
I wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
I wouldn't either. I'll go on record saying that I don't want to go anywhere else. I mean, I've had a pretty good life here, other than some of the dumb stuff that goes on, man. But at the same time, if people like the guy you just talked about don't stand up and start taking action, nothing will get better.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the way it is. So, we've got DT running more scams. He got backlash from the GOB party because of a $1.8 billion, some kind of anti-weaponization fund that he was trying to get passed, and the GOB got mad at it, got mad about it, and there was a court order, so it just it's kind of weird to me. And from my understanding, it got scrapped, but I'm sure it'll be back on the table in some other form. But this is what should not be surprising to anybody. He's a professional scam artist.
Yeah.
He's been doing this for years. Yeah,
Absolutely.
He's a professional scam artist. Getting bank loans, then filing bankruptcy, having people build structures, then not paying them. He's a professional scam artist. And so for anybody to think that he's not going to have all kinds of scams, like look at all that he's done since he's been in this second time around, and the Supreme Court gave him complete immunity as president. I mean, he wasn't worth $100 million in cash. Now he has all of this money where he's worth $1 billion or over $1 billion.
Right.
And so, and just to show you how much of a scam artist this dude is, have you all gotten your watches yet?
All right, you got to explain to me what you're talking about.
So there's a Trump watch. And he's been selling this since he Dude, this is when he first got reelected. It was like a few months in. Like he was selling the sneakers. He came up with watches, the phones. Oh, it's the phones, not the watches. I think it's the phones. Yeah, I think
Oh
it's the
Lord,
phones, the Trump phone,
he's a
or the
hustler,
DT
man.
phone. It's not the one, huh?
He's a hustler.
What'd you say?
He's a hustler.
Yeah, he's a scam artist. Now, hustling is when you go out there, you get it, you make your money, but you still are offering a product. You know what I mean? Now, this
Yeah,
is a scam. When you take
big,
people's money and don't deliver, that's a
right.
scam. But yeah, it was the Trump phone, not the watch, the phone. Because I think they did.
I'm sorry.
Oh man, yeah,
Uh,
I mean, and the thing is, these people are still loyal. Yeah,
mm,
this this is
that's the sad part.
this is what you get. So, I'm gonna give you a quote of the day and a quote of the week for me, and it is: self defense is not violence; it's intelligence, and that comes from Robert F. Williams, who I told you all about earlier in the Black History. So, yeah. And not only that, it is a right.
Yes,
So, you can take that however you want it.
yes, yes.
So,
That is American citizen rights.
yeah. Yeah. Until this is the thing, it's only an American citizen's right as long as you're a European American.
Huh.
Because one of the things that has been going on uh, over the years and in time is every time we get close to the goalpost, it gets smooth. Now, back in the days in California, when Huey P. Newton and the Panthers came through with their guns, it wasn't okay. They changed the laws, they changed the rules. But as long as the European Americans were coming through there, you know, the special ones associated with violence and lynchings and things like that. When they would come through, and as long as they were European, it was fine. But as soon as African Americans armed themselves and expressed their Second Amendment right, what was the problem? Oh yeah, we can't have that.
Huh.
So they moved the goalpost, and they're always moving the goalpost. And then this one you'll understand firsthand. So when I first started my LLC, it really wasn't a lot to it. Now, European Americans have been using LLCs to skirt around their own bad credit, and
Yes.
they've been able to get houses on it. They've been able to get cars on it. They've been able to get loans on their LLC. Well, with the internet and social media, African Americans are like, hold up, what?
Right.
Teach one, teach one. And as soon as they did, what issue did we have about a year or two ago in the state of Kentucky? Now we got to do all of this. We got to prove that we own the company and all
Yes.
kinds of other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's moving the goalpost again because
Yeah.
now we know about. Oh yeah, we got to fix that.
Well, I tell you another thing that they did with the LLCs is LLC was you had autonomy. Okay, so they
Yeah,
didn't really know who owned the LLC, and now you have to tell
you have to
them
prove.
you got to prove that you own the LLC now, and now they can come and track you down and all this crap, man. Used to you could get an LLC out of state, and you didn't have to live in that state.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, man. When I first started my journey with my LLC, I could have got an LLC out of Colorado. I could have got one out of Illinois. I could have got one out of Indiana. But now, basically, you did that so you can secure your autonomy. So nobody would know, hey, Wayland Enterprises LLC was owned by Tim Whalen. You know, and if you sued Wayland Enterprises, you just sued Wayland Enterprises.
The company.
Right. Now they can come after the owner.
They were like, them Negroes, they done found out.
I'm telling you, man.
Hip to the game.
Something I always tell my kids, it's hard to beat somebody at a game where they make the rules.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're gonna always be a step behind.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And we've been a step behind for hundreds of years. So because they keep changing the rules, they keep moving the goalposts.
Yeah.
As soon as we learn something, can't have that.
I mean, that's something my wife, she always pushes on me is make sure you keep up with the laws, the state laws, the federal laws, even the county and city, because they're always changing. And, you know, you could get yourself caught up in some legal action if you don't know your laws. So you got to do your due diligence. You know what I mean? And I think that's something as a people we lack sometimes. I'm not going to say everybody, but a lot of people lack the fortitude to get out of the video games, get out of the luxury and say, hey, you know what? We need to educate ourselves because people are not going to, even you can vouch for this being a veteran. They're not going to tell you all the benefits that you have. You have to look them up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and as soon as you get finished, I'm gonna touch on that. I'm definitely gonna touch on that.
Dig it.
But yeah, go ahead.
Well, it's just that was pretty much it, man. You just got to you got to stay diligent. You've got to do your research. And you know, when I started this business, that was something that I did first. Is I got all of my research in that I could before I started, and it's worked out so far. You know what I mean? It's worked out. You know, I can get a piece of the pie. And that's another thing that Black folks have to get out of their minds is that we are not eligible for the piece of the pie. We just got to know how to work the system.
Yeah, because they've been doing it for years.
Absolutely. That's pretty much all I got to say about that, as Forrest Gump would say.
Okay. That's all I got to say about that. But so talking about the veterans, when I first got out, because I went in twice. So the first time I got out, I went to I forget what they call it when you get out, the processing. I went, and that's how I found out about VA hospital, and that I was eligible to receive medical care and stuff. And of course, I signed up for that immediately. But that was it. That was it. 40 years old is when I found out about housing.
Wow.
I could have bought me a house a long time ago, but nobody told me about a VA loan. Now, don't get it twisted like this is such a great thing, because a VA loan is no different from any other loan in the fact that you still have to pay the same interest rates, all that crap, which as a veteran, you shouldn't have to pay for shit. But the one thing you don't have to do is you don't have to put any money down. And you can have a pretty low credit score and still own a home. But nobody told me that.
Right.
Because they didn't care. They didn't care whether I owned a damn house or not. Matter of fact, they might have been like, his black butt don't need a house. Forget him. I don't know. I didn't learn about it until I was 40 years old, trying to purchase a home. And the company that I was dealing with the guy was going through my paperwork, and he was actually telling me what I needed, what I was going to need to put down. And I was like, this is not about to happen because I don't have that. He said, you're not a veteran, are you? I said, yeah. He said, what? We don't even have to go through any of this.
Wow.
Like, oh, really? Wow. That was the first time I heard about it. That was the first time I heard about it. Because, you know, at that time, you're talking about, and I'm not going to tell my age, but it was a few years ago. And I wasn't on social media like that, and nobody that I knew was really on there like that. So, I mean, I'm sure there were videos and stuff, but not like it is now. This was a few years ago. So,
Right.
yeah, right. But yeah, 40 years old is when I first found out about VA loan. So,
yeah. I was in a similar situation. I was 45 when I found out about LLCs. And, you know, like you said, nobody's going to tell you, you have to go out and you have to look, man. But when I first bought my first house, my first investment property, and somebody told me, you need to get an LLC. And I'm like, why do I need an LLC? And I thought LLC, you had to go through all this paperwork. You had to have a lawyer. I was ignorant. But this guy, and he was a European American, he come to me, he gave me this book, and he was like, read this book, man. And I read this book. And then I started researching on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok. And next thing I know, I've got all the tools I need to get started.
There are. Go ahead.
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that there are good European Americans out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't get it wrong, because I'm always saying European Americans. There are some good ones out there. So
absolutely.
Don't get it twisted. And if you got any comments and if you ever been outside of your neighborhood, then you know this. So I
absolutely,
have to
man.
say that. But if I don't say it, it's gonna be some shit.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, to touch on that, I've told many of people that in my journey with my business, I've had more European Americans helping me than African Americans. And not to say that African Americans haven't helped me, but European Americans seem to be more free with the information, the people that I've been around. Now, this is just a little small community in Kentucky. So at the same time, there's bad apples in every different race. And that's one thing that I hope people will understand. Quit grouping everybody into the same box just because of a few bad apples.
That's right. Or just because you ran into a few bad apples.
Right.
Maybe you should change who you run with.
Come on, man. And that's a serious business right there. I mean, when you're the smartest guy in the room, you need to change the room.
Yeah. So, all right, y'all. We have definitely had a good show, and I got to hit my black hero, Dr. I really don't know how she pronounces her name. Ala Stanford. It's ALA. She founded the Black Doctors COVID-19 Consortium in Philadelphia, basically bringing tests and vaccines to different African American neighborhoods in that city. She was doing it way before the government stepped in and did things that they were supposed to do. And so she didn't wait for permission. So let's give it up for Dr. Stanford.
Yay.
Yeah, and I definitely applaud her. because you and I both know about COVID personally, firsthand.
Yeah.
I lost my dad. Yes. I lost my dad to COVID in 2020. So, uh, yeah, definitely need regular heroes like that out in the community and stuff, because sometimes in African American communities, we don't know. Uh, if you're not on the net and stuff, and they're not walking out to our neighborhoods and delivering pamphlets and stuff. So they don't do that. It's just like when crack hit the community, it was the war on drugs that locked everybody up.
Right.
Then when right, yeah, then when the opioid epidemic hit rural America, they put vending machines in the community with Narcan in it.
Come on, brother.
Yeah, I mean they did.
Yeah.
They did.
Well, I mean, even the
They
crack,
had to
the
be.
crack epidemic wasn't even labeled a crack epidemic. You know what I mean? It was
No,
basically a bunch
no.
of daggone thugs out there getting high. And now all of a
Yeah. And
sudden people
now
are
all
sick.
of a sudden people are sick. Yeah. So yeah, it was a war on drugs.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, hey, absolutely. Yeah, with that being said and stuff, we're gonna close out, man. And definitely appreciate you all riding with us through the United Mess of America. We enjoyed you. We we ran a long time this episode, but we had a lot to discuss. So a lot of things, and you know, I'm definitely grateful for Big Tim Balin Whalen.
Really honored to be on here, man. I appreciate you.
Oh man, he'll be back too. I'm telling you, he's gonna be back. But definitely, thank you all for hanging with us. This is Have Jokes and Full Truth.
Full
I'm
truth.
your host, the Hitman, Mr. J. The jokes are half and the truth is full. We'll see you next time. Thank you.